This is Nigeria Info.
If you say no weapon fashion against me shall prosper, what about the way we are fashion against ourselves?
Campaign is over. I still wonder why we keep hearing the comment we are about to do this and that.
The devil wants us to say that God is not good. The crisis we are in now is economic persecution.
In fact, recording it and putting it on the social media is very good for him. It's a good evidence for him.
We've got to bring the green back into our nation. There's a reason why Nigeria's flag is green.
99.3. Your station for talk. Let's talk.
Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, it's D-Day right here in Lagos State and across the country. We are aware that protesters have gathered at the Ojota area of Lagos. I made a call. They're gathering around Lagos, heading to Alausa here in Abuja to the gathering at MKO Abiola Stadium, heading to Eagle Square. We'll call the organizers later and try to get across to also Nigerians who are part of it and our reporters. But looking at the legal implications of the court orders from yesterday and the day before, we have on the line revered legal practitioner Mande Ubani to help us understand and make sense of what to do with the court cases or court orders. Barrister, good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Morning.
Welcome. We're aware that in Lagos State, a state high court in Lagos had ordered that a protest for end bad governance and end hardship and end hunger should hold in Ketu and Ojota between a specific time. We're also aware that in Ogun State, the court has given locations, and in Abuja, the FCT High Court has ordered that they should be only at the MKO Abiola Stadium between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. What are your thoughts on this? As a lawyer, what's your interpretation or understanding of this, sir?
Yeah, thank you once again. What is going on is that all the parties to this fray all agree that the people who want to protest, they all have constitutional right, to protest. It's something that is allowed by the law, and something we also see as an international best practices. All those who are aggrieved about one government policy or the other, they all have a right to come out and say, look, we disagree with these policies of government, and this is what we think that the government should do. Since we are responsible for giving mandate to govern to those who are in leadership positions. So the right to protest is agreed upon even by those who are in government. But the fear of government is the previous experiences they've had over time with regards to protest. The issue of destruction of government properties, the destruction of lives, and disruption of economic activities. They have economic consequences. So they now have to resort to court in order to see what the court can do in order to help them contain the damages that may be as a result of fallout of protest, especially if that protest can be hijacked by those they consider homes. So to be on the side of caution and safety and precaution, they now have resorted to court actions. I'm going to write an article on this, the role of the judiciary in the issue of right to protest, because we are now seeing that the court now is playing a very big role in this circumstance by restricting now the right of protesters, by limiting sometimes the venue, and then limiting even the time within which they can protest. That is a new phenomenon. We have just noticed this in 2024. I know that whenever Labour want to protest in Nigeria, that Nigerian government usually rush to court and get an ex parte order in order to say, look, you have no right to strike. But the issue of protest now, we are now seeing a new legal phenomenon with the usage of the judiciary in trying to restrict and constrict, do some certain things in order now to avoid a situation where the government will not want to be seen as being a bit careless, allowing protesters to probably cause some level of damages, during the time of protest. So that is what I've discovered is happening. So it's a new phenomenon. It's a new development in legal jurisprudence.
All right. When you say it's a new, could I be right to now say that you are saying it's unknown to jurisprudence in Nigeria?
As I said earlier, there has been instances where labor has been asked not to go on strike, using judicial decision, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about this is the first time when Nigerians are going on protest, and the invocation of judiciary is actually deployed. You can see that almost all the states, in Ogun State now is reported, also went to court yesterday and got an order. The FCT minister also went to court and got an order. Lagos State Attorney General, my good friend Lawa Pedro, senior advocate of Nigeria, also on behalf of Lagos State, got an order. What they're saying in all is that, people have a right to protest, but we want the judiciary to modify the condition of this protest so that there may not be collateral damage. We want them to be restricted to certain areas, fine, to express whatever grievances they have. Secondly, the issue of time and also is even brought in. Some are saying either one day or whatever, or within so time, it shouldn't be in the night and all that. So they are only trying to be, take precautionary measures to avoid a situation where we suffer, collateral damage as a result of people that may hijack the process and cause more damage. So I'm saying that this is clearly new, and we have to examine it. Look at the legality, because I know you can restrict rights. Fundamental human right is not absolute. You follow me? Okay. The Constitution of the 1999 Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Constitution has a elaborate provision for fundamental human rights. But within that particular section or chapter, there is also a proviso that says that this right is not absolute, especially when there is a law that is reasonably enacted, in a government, so in any given society, to avoid breach of security, breach of safety, and the trampling on other people's rights also. Because there are people also who have a right not to protest, who says, I don't want to be part of this, or who have a right to economic activities, who says, if you do this, you may disrupt my own economic activities and all that. So this is a situation that is coming new, where the court now are not applying it, because no law has been enacted modifying that right of protest. But the court now is going ahead and say, look, even though there is no express law, we can also, through judicial decision, give specific instruction and measures of how this right can be exercised. And I said, it's something that is new, and it's something that legal experts, we begin to examine, from now onwards.
All right, interesting. It's quite a very cerebral, point you've made, something to give us a lot to think about. For those who are just tuning in, we have Amandu Bani, Nigerian legal practitioner, with us here on the line, and he's given his opinion on the plethora of court orders regarding the End Hunger or End Bad Governance protests, particularly in Lagos State, in the Abuja, the federal capital territory, and in Ogun State, where the protesters, by order of court, have been restricted to particular locations and time with which to organize their protests. If you want to share your thoughts or ask Barrister a question or two, please call 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993. Our female line 0201-465-7190, 0201-465-7190. WhatsApp number is 08095975805, 08095975805. I've spoken to some persons who are already on ground in Lagos and Abuja. I'll be connecting with our reporters and also persons who are part of this protest across the two biggest centers in Nigeria, Abuja and Lagos, in the course of the program. Barrister, before I pick the first call, yes, you talked about Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and which talks about fundamental rights. But you've said that these rights are not absolute. Can we look at Section 40 of the CFR in 1999 as amended, and Section 41? I just want to read a bit of it so you can show us where you were referring to that these rights are not absolute. Section 40 says, every person shall be entitled to assemble freely and associate with other persons, and in particular, He may form or belong to any political party, trade union, or any other association. So he's talking about assembly. I'm not going to go into the next part, but 41 talks about right to freedom of movement. It says in subsection 1, every citizen of Nigeria is entitled to move freely throughout Nigeria and to reside in any part thereof, and no citizen of Nigeria shall be expelled from Nigeria or refuse entry thereby or exit therefrom. It says nothing in this subsection 1 of this section shall invalidate any law that is reasonably justifiable in a democratic society. A, imposing restrictions on the residence or movement of any person who has committed or is reasonably suspected to have committed a criminal offense in order to prevent him or her from leaving Nigeria. Or B, providing for the removal of any person from Nigeria to any other country. To I, be tried outside Nigeria for any criminal offense. II, undergo imprisonment outside Nigeria and execution of the sentence of a court. Blah, blah, blah. So, sir, I mean, is anywhere here that says that, the right to freedom movement can be restricted for purposes you mentioned? Yeah.
You read it now, journalist. Which one?
No, you're the lawyer, sir.
I'm the lawyer, but it is very, very explicit. It said nothing in this particular right, that has just been aforementioned in section 41, which you read, shall invalidate any law that is made, that is reasonably enacted, in any given society that restrict those rights. After reading those rights, it now tells you that nothing invalidates any law. That if there is any law now that is made in order to restrict that right for the sake of certain, conditions like the issue of safety, security, and all that, or even the right of others, then that right, that particular law, is okay, provided that law is a reasonable law that's supposed to be made in any given society that is under democracy, right? Let me expand it. That is the explanation. Okay. So if there is any law now that is made restricting those rights that has been aforementioned, that there is nothing that invalidates that law, meaning that the law is okay. But provided that the condition that the law set out is met, one, it must be a reasonable law that should be made in a society that is a civil society.
All right.
So now, the only argument, and that is why I'm saying that it's a new development and a new jurisprudence that can actually be developed from what has just taken place. And we may have to publicate up to Supreme Court and have a very, very profound, judgment or pronouncement on this. What people are now arguing and what other legal pundits are saying is that, look, has there been any law now that has been made restricting those rights upon which the court now has made pronouncement? Do you get me? It says there must be a substantive law that is made restricting that right. But they have gone to court now and then have obtained an ex parte order. So what law did they cite to the court, for this restriction? Was there any law that the State House of Assemblies have enacted or the National Assemblies have enacted restricting that right? Because that right can be restricted, but under a substantive law that restricts it. And that law must be reasonable law made in a civil society, right? In a civil country, in a country governed by civilians. Now, has there been any substantive law that was cited while this right was restricted by the court? So I'm saying that there's going to be a very good development in our jurisprudence with this issue of intervention of the court now on issue of protest, which is actually what is going on all over the Federation, because virtually all the states have rushed to court and obtained an order now saying, oh, yes, we have a right to protest, but you must do it within this specified condition. And if they fail, they can be arrested. Anyone who does anything outside what the court has made pronouncement can be arrested and then charged. And then they will use that order of the court now in order to prosecute. Then this is where the lawyers now for the defense can come in and say that particular judgment itself in the first place was unconstitutional because there has not been any law enacted previously by any State House of Assembly before you now restrict that right. It's going to be a very, very beautiful development in the legal world concerning this.
When you asked, is there any law? The first thing that came to mind was the Public Order Act.
What is the provision of the Public Order Act? Because I think that they said they have nullified the Public Order Act. There was a time it was, either the Court of Appeal says you don't need to get any permission, from the Nigerian police, any other authority before you protest. What you can only do is to notify them, and then they will provide security. And you can see even the IG alluding to that, even the CP, all of them, they are agree that, look, Yes, you want to protest, no problem, but we must be notified. And why is the purpose of notification? Because we need to provide security and avoid a situation where this protest, can be hijacked by hoodlums and then cause mayhem and then damage public property and then disrupt lives. So they now provide security. That is why you have to notify them. But as for seeking their consent or permission before you can protest, that particular decision has been invalidated. It doesn't exist anymore under the Nigerian jurisprudence.
Okay, because if I remember correctly, the Public Order Act at some part of it, I don't know if it's Section 1 or one of those parts, was talking about giving governors the power to regulate assemblies, meetings, and then processions. Governors this time, so that's why some governors in the past can say, okay, you can't meet here, you can't move here.
No. Is it by what now? What was there any such regulation, executive order issued now regulating this?
Okay.
Because it says the act you mentioned. I'm not aware. I've not read it. It says that the governor has the right to now regulate. So has there been any regulation, any regulatory framework that the governors have actually put in place? Concerning this particular protest that is coming up? I don't think there is any of the governors. What we have heard now is that there is court pronouncement. That court pronouncement, are they now saying that is a regulation of the governor? Because I think that there must be a law, an instrument, either by way of executive order, by way of any other legislative enactment that says, yes, you have a right to do this, but this is what I'm enacting now in order to restrict, in order to reduce, in order to attenuate, in order to mitigate, the exercise of that right. Has there been any such pronouncement, enactment? Or are we now attributing the court order now to be the regulation of the executive? So these are issues that I think that, the legal pundits will begin to expand in subsequent, court cases, at appeal level. Because the court now have done it at the lower distance. Some people can appeal against that. Or during the trial of those who will breach that court order, those can be raised by way of primary objection, and then it becomes a subject of appeal up to Supreme Court. So the court now will now make pronouncement whether that order made by the court restricting was constitutional. And if it's not constitutional, what is the extent of its invalidity, with regards to provisions of the Constitution? So it's going to be a very happy development. But what can I say this?
Yes, please.
It's important that people look at what the orders of the court have said concerning this particular protest today, and try as much as possible to abide, because any breach whatsoever can lead some level of consequences, including arrest, including detention, including issue of having defense and have to hire lawyers now, apply for your bail, and it can land you in prison, in correctional center for months before you even get bail, and then the trial process that, and at any point in time you are needed in criminal trial, you have to be present in court. That can disrupt your life entirely and all that. So people have to view the order as made and try as much as possible to comply. But if you feel that you can go ahead and breach it and all that, there are consequences, and then you must brace up for those legal consequences. That is a purely advice that is given free of charge.
Okay, the Lagos State CP is saying that the police is not expecting any form of protest, or procession in Ikoyi, Lekki, Aja, Sangwa, Tedo access in line with the State High Court's order. It says anyone seen protesting on this stretch of Lagos has violated the law, and that if you see anyone doing that, don't hesitate to call the nearest police officer to take action. So, sir, those who are going to be moving, maybe because of lack of transportation, from their house to wherever the government says, the court says they should gather, and if they are singing with a banner as they are going along, are they breaking the law?
This is very technical. Yes, you have to be careful. That is a restricted place now. That is a place now you have to go and protest. So you can take vehicle, take any other means of getting to that venue. And then that is the point where you now gather and then begin to express whatever grievances, either hold a press conference there, and bring to the attention of the government the purpose of the protest. Are you following me? Because people have the right to complain about any government policy.
What if you don't have, you can't find the bus? You can't find
But if you are not finding a bus, why are you doing that now on the road that is not approved? So why don't you find a way of getting there? Or you can stay in your home and protest.
All right.
Or find yourself in the place that is designated. I don't want a situation where people begin to enter into unnecessary trouble. My brother, look, we have enough problem in our hands, and I don't believe that any person should endanger himself at this point or give himself, a lot of family wahal again. A lot of people of those NSAS are still in prison today and all that. So I'm only saying, look, whatever you can do. The points have been made. Concerning these particular, grievances, that is bad government. That is the thing we need to end. That I think the government have to address, and the government itself have been up and beat. They are really coming up by addressing for the first time. We see governance. People really showing interest in what people have been expressing. Yes, I'm very happy about that.
Barrister, thank you so very much for your time, Modibani. We really appreciate you giving free legal advice, like you said. What is enough for the wise?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. We'll take your calls. Also talking to some of the dramatists personnel in Lagos and Abuja right here on the Morning Crossfire. It's D-Day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Yes.
You're cooking again?
My sister, I like to keep my family happy.
So you use Tasty Tom?
Of course.
This stew is so red and thick.
Tasty Tom tomato mix enriches my meals with an appealing and appetizing red color.
So Tasty Tom is this red and thick?
Yes, oh.
It's also tasty.
Can we have more, please?
I am going to get my own Tasty Tom tomato mix. My family deserves to be happy too.
Yes, sir. With Tasty Tom tomato mix, you can give your family more of meals that make them happy. It's thick, tasty, and enriches your meals with an appealing red color. It's enriched with vitamins and fiber that are good for the body. Tasty Tom for tasty meals.
The Access Holdings rights issue is now open. For every 2 ordinary shares in your portfolio, take advantage of the chance to acquire one more at 19 naira 75 kobo each. Between July 8th to August 14th, 2024, we are inviting you to take up your rights in full in the Access Holdings rights issue. Visit www.theaccesscorporation.com to find important information about our rights issue, such as the rights circular, issuing houses, receiving banks, and legal advisors. Access Holdings, where financial solutions connect the world.
Guess who's coming back exclusively on Showmax? The Buzz. Coming back to give you all the inside scoop, spicy banter, and bigger secrets from Big Brother's house. Get ready for juicy behind-the-scenes videos that Biggie won't show you, but The Buzz would.
Join Toke Makinwa on BB Nigeria The Buzz, premiering on August 1st with a new episode showing every Thursday, streaming only on Showmax. You can also stream BB Nigeria 24/7 on the Showmax app. Subscribe now. Sign up now at showmax.com.
Imagine thinking you bought an unlimited data plan, but the next thing we hear is,
oh, this data has finished again.
Well, that's what happens when you don't buy a truly unlimited data plan.
Enjoy truly unlimited data with unlimited speed-based data plans from Airtel. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to buy now. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
This is a public service announcement. The moment you didn't know you've been waiting for is here. GT Co is offering shares to the public from Monday 15th July 2024 to August 12th 2024. You have the opportunity to own shares of GT Co PLC when you apply to the GT Co public offering of 9 billion ordinary shares at 44 naira 50 kobo per share. This means that at 44 naira 50 kobo per share, you can now share in our vision and own shares of GT Co PLC. To apply, simply go to the GT Co website at www.gtcoplc.com or visit any GT Bank branch nationwide or any receiving agent listed in the offer prospectus. Offer is open from 15th July to August 12th, so don't delay. Apply now to own shares of GT Co. GT Co. Proudly African, truly international.
Every child loves Bobo, my special Bobo Bobo drink. Every adult loves nutritious Yogo Yogo sweet. Tasty creamy Yogo 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 sweet. My Bobo, my Yogo, ooh la la la.
Bobo
filled with vitamins and minerals, is every child's favorite as it makes them sharp, leaves them bright, and keeps them healthy. The taste is awesome and the feeling is so indescribably special. It comes in different flavors and is available in shops nationwide. Yogo yogurt is creamy, yummy, tasty, and specially made with vitamins and minerals to keep every adult truly fulfilled. It contains probiotics for your good health and nutrition. It has different flavors and is available in shops nationwide. Products of Bobo Foods and Beverages. Ooh la la.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Wow, for Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. So just take a look at this furniture. Thank you. Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what. The AXA endowment policy gives you the benefits of target savings and life insurance in one plan. Call 0700 AXA Mansard or visit axamansard.com to get started. Terms and conditions apply.
This season of Big Brother Naija is a must follow. Follow every twist and turn with eyes wide open. Because even when the journey begins with chemistry, chaos follows. Strap in for 2 journeys in one house. Big Brother Naija Season 9, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The person you're trying to reach is
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, you heard from the lawyer. What do you think about what he said? Well, we're trying to get across to our correspondent and others across the country. 0201277093. It's still the Morning Crossfire. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Aloki Lola. I'm calling from Magboro.
Welcome. Your contribution, please.
Yes, I listened to the barrister Onyekachi Ubani.
Yeah, Monday.
But in a nutshell, all what the president has done so far, what he's doing, is not enough, to stop the protest or to stop the protesters. Everybody is coming out. Enough is enough. We can't, continue like this. Me, I will be going out. I'm just, waiting to put something in place. I'm going out right now. They can't stop us. Enough is enough. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. I have Juwon Sanyaolu on the line. Sanyaolu, are you there?
Hello, sir. Who am I speaking with?
Kofi Bartels, Nigeria Info. I called you earlier.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you're coordinating the protest in Lagos. Where are you, those of you who are members of TakeItBack gathering?
So our members are still trying to come around Ikeja here, the Alausa Secretariat. That's still what is happening. Personally, I'm around and waiting for some of our people. Especially now that we're saying that anti-government people have mobilized thugs down there, so our people are coming. Personally, I'm around.
Okay,
so we're gonna start very soon.
You say you're seeing that who have mobilized who?
No, we've seen government people. Some who already mobilized some thugs. We can see some of them already at ShopRite area and fenced off Alausa, but we're going to do action nonetheless.
Okay, you feel that those thugs are first of all, what makes you think they are thugs? Are you
it's obvious. We know some of them already. We've interfaced with a number of them before at different fora. And in addition to the fact that these are the same people that have been threatening to unleash violence on protesters, they've been making those announcements both online, Twitter, and everywhere. So yes, So they are the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sanyaolu, go on.
Yeah. So, but we're going to take our actions nonetheless, irrespective.
I'm sure you're aware of a court order, directing the protesters to gather in K2 and.
I'm not aware of a court order. I've not been served, so we're not aware.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you that the judge, High Court in Lagos State says that the protest should hold only in Ojota at the Freedom Park. And then
exactly what I'm saying. If there is a court order, at least you have to serve people who you obtain the court order. Right? No, I've not been served. We have no idea of any existing court order, and at any rate, there is no such court order that has the power to repress people's right to freedom of movement. And I think it's disgraceful that the Lagos State government, what the Lagos State government is doing to the judiciary, manipulating the judiciary to fit their own pecuniary interests. It is unfortunate that we are at this state.
All right, the CP, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos, said that they go get fired. They says anyone who goes outside the confines of where the court has said they should go to protest will be seen to be violating the law. The law. So, what do you say to this?
I think the CP should be concerned about the thugs that the Lagos State government have already mobilized around, even at several venues. So, but at any rate, as I did insist, it is the duty of the police to protect Nigerians wherever they may be. It is the duty of the police to protect protesters as guaranteed by law wherever they may be converging. So far, they are organized peacefully. The police has no right under the law to repress any protest.
Okay, so where in Alausa are you? Are you gathering at the point and then marching to a particular point, or what? What's the plan?
Yes, we are marching towards Alausa.
From where to Alausa?
Yes, we're marching from Ikeja under bridge from different part of Lagos down to Alausa.
Okay, all right. And when you get there, what's the plan?
Yes, when we get there, we occupy, we protest.
Okay, at the gate or what?
Wherever.
Wherever. Don't you know? Okay, wherever you can find. Do you have any plan to break into government house?
We have never broken into government house before, so there is never such plan.
Okay, and then what will happen? Will you go home at the end of the day?
You said what? I can't hear. Can you repeat the question?
How long will you be there for? Will you go home maybe at night or what?
That's I would suggest we begin the protest first.
Okay. All right. At what point will you say the protest has achieved its aim and it's time to call it off? At what point?
Yes. So long as the demands of Nigerians are met as it pertains to good governance.
Okay. For instance, release Nnamdi Kanu, one of the demands. Hello, Sanyaolu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which demands is, for instance, release Nnamdi Kanu, which is one of the demands. If it's not released, you're not going home.
Can you repeat your question, please? My network is a bit.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm saying, for instance, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is one of the demands I saw on one of the lists being circulated. So if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, you're not going home.
So the release of Nnamdi Kanu had been part of our demands for a very long time since he was arrested, even long before this protest. So would continue to demand his release, and we would not stop demanding for his release until Nnamdi Kanu is released.
Okay. So how many of you are there? Just give us a description of the environment, the mood, and all that.
Yeah, we have a number of people around, and would start our actions any moment from now.
Are you up to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100?
We're more.
Okay, more than?
We're more.
More than how many? Is it more than 20?
Yes. We are far more. We are more.
Okay, can you give me a number? Since you are eyes and ears there.
No, I can't. I don't know. I actually don't. I can't give you for sure now. So, but I can tell you that we're more. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Sanyaolu. We'll stay in touch with you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. There you have it. Let's go back to the phone lines where I try to connect with another guy in Abuja. 99.3. Good morning. Oh, we lost your call there. Well, he's accusing the state government. We don't have any proof to that effect. Feta, do we? Do we have any proof? Feta, you're wearing the uniform of the protesters, though.
Really? Is this a color? I didn't even know.
Color.
Maybe I'm
You're
just
a suspect.
Maybe I'm in sync with Nigeria's, feeling at the moment.
Okay. Did you find did you notice that there was public transportation on the roads?
Yeah. When I was coming to work today, I noticed that there were no buses on the road, commercial buses. I don't know how people who are going to work today are going to do that, because I didn't have to take the commercial buses, but there were none on the road. None at all.
Okay.
From as at the time I left home, and that was like past 7.
The yellow buses, the white buses, and all that.
I couldn't find any of them.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Hello, Michael, are you there? Hello, Michael, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, this is Kofi Bartels, Nigeria Info. We spoke earlier. Can you tell us what is the state of affairs as far as the protest in Abuja is concerned?
Yes, you can only hear how people are screaming. Voices. We are the National Stadium currently. We are going to be moving to the East Square very soon.
Okay, can you please repeat yourself? The network wasn't too great when you were talking.
Yeah, I said that you can see that people are currently screaming at the top of their voices. Nigerians are converging here at National Stadium, and we are preparing to move to the Eagle Square as soon as possible, as soon as more Nigerians get here.
All right, what is the level of security presence where you are, the MKO Abiola Stadium?
Security officers are heavily gathered here, but that is not going to discourage us. We do not care about them. They cannot deprive us from exercising our human rights.
Okay, Michael, you're a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken, and I know you're aware of the order of
law and equity. A law and equity, a law graduate.
Okay,
I went to law school.
Okay, fine. And I'm sure you're aware of the order of an FCT High Court restricting your protest to MKO Abiola Stadium and no further, and to certain time. So I mean, how are you going to navigate that?
Yeah, that order of the court is unjust. There's nowhere in the Constitution that it is stated that the court can derogate us from exercising our human rights, without justification. The court cannot preempt us. The court cannot preempt us that our protest is going to turn violence. If for a protest we have not started, you cannot say that in preemption of violence you are hitting us. That is arbitrary. That is an affront on our constitution and our constitutionally guaranteed human rights. And we are not going to follow that. And that's why we have taken over the streets today to express our displeasure against this government.
What's the game plan? You march from MKO Abiola.
The only law we follow in this country is the Constitution. And the Constitution has told us that as Nigerians, we have a right to protest, we have a right to express ourselves, and we have a right to assembly. And that we are doing here today.
What's the plan? Are you going to move in the procession from...
yes, we're going to move very soon to the Eagle Square. Nothing can deter us.
All right.
With regards to that.
So I'm sure you're aware that the Eagle Square has not been approved by the Ministry of the FCT administration.
They are going to open it for us here. The power of the people is greater than the people with power. When we get there, they are going to open it. They have no choice.
So are you saying you're going to break the gates of Eagle Square and enter?
We are not going to break the gates. We have continued to engage the government civilly, and that we'll continue to do.
All right. Now, when you get to Eagle Square, at what point will you say, okay, we've achieved our aim, we can go home now, the protest is over?
We are not going home until our demands are heard and then they are acceded to.
What are the demands?
Yes, our demands, first of all, we want the government to reverse the subsidy removal so that the cost of living can, come back, can be fair. We want the cost of PMS in this country to come back to 200 naira. We want food prices to drastically be reduced. We want Nigerian youth to be employed, because unemployment is the greater killer of the Nigerian people.
All right. How many of you are there so far? Can you hazard a guess? If you were to guess, how many? Just a random figure. How many of you are there so far?
Yes, we are nearing our 8,000.
Okay. All right. We'll keep our eyes on that. Michael, what's your full name? I'm sorry, I have to ask. All right. Network has decided that. Michael, are you there?
My name is
All right, the network is taking over. I don't know if we have an Nena Okon, our correspondent online. Nena, are you there?
Not the only Nigerian issue.
And Nena Okon, can you hear me?
Hi, good morning, Kofi.
All right, Nena, thanks for joining us. Are you on the road already? Are you at Ojota or Ketu?
Yes, I just got to Ojota now.
All right, interesting. Can you give us an idea of what's happening there?
Okay, so there's heavy presence of police officers at Ojota. And of course, the media are here. Different media stations are here. There are a few persons just going around. The road is very free. Just very few persons on the road. The protest has not really started, but people are just hanging around and waiting.
Okay. So apart, who is more, protesters or security at Ojota?
Security, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you describe them? You know what they are using, what they have. Are they heavily armed? Do you have a lot of armored personnel carrier and all that there?
Yes. We have armored personnel carriers here. We have policemen, RRS. They are all here. The protesters have not really come out. I guess with time they will come out. Maybe people are still watching the environment to see how it will be. But for now, the police actually more than the protesters. I can't even really see people who are out to protest.
Okay, so you can't see anybody at all out there to protest. How many? Can you count?
They are here, but there are just a few of them.
Okay, like how many?
Less than 100, actually.
Okay, is there a stage there? Is there a public address system there? Are there banners there, or what?
No, nothing for now. The road is just free. We are all just here waiting and hanging around to see what's the next thing that will happen. You know, media are trying to get their shots. People are just can't see for now.
All right. I want to thank you very much. And the roads are empty, right? Did you see any public transportation?
Very empty. I do mean today is Thursday, which is the monthly sanitation for shop owners. But this is extra because it's very free, very very free.
All right. Anything you want to add before we go on, Nena?
No, just people are just going about their normal duties. Anyone can't see free. That's all for now. As updates or post, we'll let you know.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Stay safe, okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. That's our correspondent, Nana Okon, right there at Ojota, where the Freedom Park is. I saw you nodding your head. Or nodding. You can't nod your neck now, so your head. I saw you nodding,
yes.
Feta.
So, I was actually nodding to the fact that she said today is environmental for the markets. But normally at this time, regardless, people have to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, even before 6 o'clock. There are already buses on the road. So regardless of the environmental, I think that the commercial bus transporters are also reacting to the fact that there's going to be something happening today, and they do not want to be, you know what's going to happen.
Those are my guy, MC Olomos people, my friend.
So you're like, let's just sit back, relax, and see how things are going to before we can.
All right.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
It's a game of Thrones,
yes,
you know?
kind of chess.
MC Olomos has shown you guys where the power lies. No transport on the road today, my God.
So how does the power affect us in that way? People will stay at home because they actually want to take to the street. So
all right. Okay, we have a caller coming through. Thank you, Fela. Hello, good morning.
Kofi.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Fine. Who be this, oh?
It's me.
Madam, if you don't do the soup finish, don't cook and finish.
We will know who owns the land, Papa's land. The people said they will go to a good square. Tell your brother to make a pipe down. That place not be River State. You cannot put them, you cannot confine them into the place the people don't want.
Okay.
Yes.
You're talking about POS Africa.
Kofi,
as it's title.
I wish you people, I wish my protesters well, though. Nothing, police and army, don't touch these people. They are fighting for everybody.
Right.
Everybody, all of us are going to the same market, including your family market. It's the same price we are selling. They are selling and buying there. Please, protect them. Don't touch them. Don't injure them.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for your time. We have a caller on Skype. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you listening to us from?
Hello, Mr. Kofi. Good morning. I'm calling from Canada.
All right. Where can I listening from?
Manitoba. This is your guy, Mr. Kofi.
Oh, okay, Tony. Good morning. Good to hear from you, Tony.
Yes. Mr. Kofi, I think what the government is doing about restricting, I think that's just. It shouldn't happen. It's not supposed to be because you are literally saying it's not democracy we are practicing in Nigeria. What they should do is send the police to protect peaceful protesters. I don't support violence. If there's anybody that's violent, they should go in for it. But I know I've been following Twitter And what people have been saying is peaceful protest. That's what the people that are protesting the end bad governance is doing. So I don't know where this is coming from. How will you stop people? How will you restrict people to some, particular areas? It's not supposed to. So I just want to say, please, Nigerians, be careful out there. It is your right. You have the right to protest. It is your human right to protest. So then nobody should stop you from moving around or go anywhere you want to go. Please, we are practicing democracy in Nigeria, Mr. Kofi.
All right, but you heard what the lawyer said. Okay, thank you. Please share your thoughts on what you've heard so far, including what Monday Ubani, principal partner of at Ubani & Co., what he said earlier in the program. He's not just a principal partner at Ubani & Co., but he's also chairman of the Nigeria Bar Association section on public interest and development law. 99.3 MBA Speedo. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kofi. How are you this morning?
Very well, thank you. My name is Kofi. Kofi means go home.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Sorry for that.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm Stephen calling from Ogwa.
Welcome.
Yeah, you see, I would have liked Barrister Banner to be online, but he's a busy man. I would have liked to ask him some questions. In 2012, when he and so many other people, Femi Falana, the current president, and so on and so forth, took to Ojota, was there any law to restrict them from going to Ojota or any other places in Nigeria then? I would have liked to ask him that question. Because when it comes to the law that will restrict pharmacies, they will all come out to tell us one logic or the other.
Yeah.
It is unfair.
Okay.
Now, Barrister Monday Ubana is telling us that he's not going to come out for the protest, but he was there in 2012. Femi Falana is not coming out for the protest. He was there in 2012.
Was Monday Ubani there?
Inka was there in 2012. What happened now?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you calling in. We have limited time. How many of you have heard of the story of one Okpe Kingsley Adegu, a comedian and online content creator who we're told was arrested on Sunday afternoon? What did he do? He took a walk carrying a placard with the inscription, "Nigerian suffering is too much. Tinubu, do something." And he took a walk. When he got to Ikatelegushi Gate, the police arrested him. And he's been in detention since then. We hear from that there's a promise that he'll be released today. But I mean, is this a country we want? These are the things that may inflame people to if it actually come out. If things like barring lines or phone lines, internet, things like arresting people like this. He's not broken any law, Anyway, we want to take a final call before I read the next few messages. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kofi.
Yeah, very quickly, please.
Yeah, this is Bola speaking from Ojo.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to commend the people that have, someone encouraged to come out to protest like yours. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be there with them, but I have a very little change with me to move from where I am. It's very far away to Ikeja or Ojota, and I can't walk down there.
Sorry.
So I was supposed to be there, but I want to give them kudos and know that many Nigerians, we are supporting them, and we do everything possible to keep an eye on them and pray for them. And whenever I have the opportunity to join them,
thank you.
Many Nigeria will be looking forward to join them there. We support them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I almost said apology accepted. Okay. Feta is laughing here. Anyway, this one says, Kofi, let them arrest the whole Nigerians protesting. They did the same during the NSAS protest. A sudden declaration of curfew. That's Gavi Tope. Olaiwola Korede Dele says, God bless you real good, Barrister Bani, that you have the right to protest does not permit you to block the road for other users who are going about their own activities. Well, the lawyer said, yes, Section 40 and Section 41, particular of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, guarantees the freedom of movement, freedom of association, but it gives a right to the authorities to, notwithstanding that law, place restrictions in accordance with all that, is seen to be part of the laws for democratic society. So he said that he's giving free advice, and the word, and I also add a word to the wise is enough. So please be careful out there. It's very important because the Constitution here guarantees your right, but it also says government can, based on existing laws, and restrict those rights if that restriction is for the good of society or in accordance with the tenets of a democratic society. You understand? So if a democratic society says you can't, be shouting, maybe making inflammatory statements, or be going around, naked on the road, and to have freedom of movement.
Democratic society. Does it say that?
No, but yeah, there's certain. It says if there's a law that allows for the governance of a democratic society that restricts it, so notwithstanding that liberty or that right given to you under Section 4, they can restrict it because of that law.
But that's what I'm asking. Do we have that?
That's what he was asking too. Okay, we have to go. I want to thank you very much for your time. Don't forget, we're going to run the oneplay.ng draw after the news at 9. You have till 9:15 to play. You can win 25,000 naira if you play. All right. I want to thank Mandi Bani, Juwon, Sanyaolu, Michael, and Feta right here in the studio. And follow me on X at Kofi_Bartels, KOFI_BARTELS. You see my other links. Have a great day. Please stay safe. Don't break the law. Think twice, of course, and do the right thing. And one love. Keep us together. God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
Mommy Ayo. Yes? You're cooking again? My sister. You know I like to keep my family happy. So you use Tasty Tom? Of course. This stew is so red and thick. Tasty Tom tomato mix enriches my meals with an appealing and appetite.
99.3 Nigeria. .3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.